Assalamu alaikum everyone, good evening. If you can hear me very well, please type one. Hello Ryan, very quickly. Oh Lena, where were you last night? Hope you are good. And this is Wafa again, Ryan, Yazan, and the newcomer, which is Basma. How's everybody? That's okay, just asking. Hope things are fine for you, Lena. I am, alhamdulillah, very fine. Okay, let's now start the lesson today, and I want you to remember that, you know, we always have to remind students about that we, especially now, let's say for Basma, because she's new, we have a mixture of lessons from Mega Goal, Flying High, and The Traveler. So there is not one book. Sometimes today from Traveler, tomorrow from Mega Goal, and so on. And as you can see, the lesson for tonight has the title, which is Reading. So I'm expecting you to use your microphones and take part with the lesson and read whatever you can. Of course, if there is reading, there's always also some kind of vocabulary. So our objectives for this lesson are only two: to activate background knowledge, is to make background knowledge, okay, and two, to practice in listening, reading for specific information. So I'm going to read something and you have to look for the information through the reading. That's just very easy. So we have two objectives for our lesson today. All right? So are you ready to go? No? You're busy? Yes, Yazan the Darfur says very quickly, and Ryan, Wafa, I like this name. And here comes Lena. What about Basma now? She's not ready. Can you hear us, Basma? Anyway, let's go. There should be listening, but it's not here. But let's go for the reading. All right? So our first objective, as you can remember, is to have a background information about something. So the question for today is, has anyone ever asked you for directions in English, and how did you react? What did you do? You were in the street, you saw someone from England, from Philippines, from India, and asked you, "Excuse me, sir," or "Excuse me, miss, where is the Kingdom Tower in Riyadh?" Did you have this before? No? No one asked you anything? Not Ryan? It's not easy. You have to stop people and ask you here. And what if I know no one asks you for directions? Okay, I'm going to ask you for directions now. Okay? How can I go from King Abdullah Street to the Kingdom Tower on Olaya Street? Hello, Awad? He's coming. Soon he's join us. All right, so who's going to tell me how to go there? But where are you just now? I'm saying I am close to King Abdullah Street. Yeah, I can use GPS now. You know, people now use maps and electronic maps and GPS and stuff like this. But if I don't have now, I am at, let's say, I am at CityMax on King Abdullah Street. How can I go to the Kingdom Tower or Mamlaka Tower? You don't know. Welcome back, Awad and Lina. I would turn left at Ulayya Street. There's an intersection of King Abdullah and Ulayya Street. Then I go left. Then, it's hard in Arabic. Oh, it's okay. So as Ryan said, if I were on King Abdullah Street, let's say so close to Cinemax at the corner, I go to the intersection, King Abdullah with Ulayya Street, there is a traffic light, so I go left. Now I am on Ulayya Street. I go ahead, but that's okay, you're right, Ryan. Though you live in Jeddah, but you're right. So I go left, and I count 3 traffic lights, and then I found the Kingdom Tower to the right. Okay? So this is how we do it. You know, boys, since boys can drive a car, all right? Since boys can drive a car, they can know how to give some directions, but since women or girls don't drive cars here, they're not very good with the directions. But as I told you now, everyone is just using GPSs and electronic maps and something like this, all right? Yeah, yes, and I know you may drive sometimes. Anyway, as Lena said, do you find it hard to give directions? Maybe it's hard for the girls, as Lena said, but do you think it's hard to give directions to people? For boys, no. Maybe for the girls, yes. And remember, sometimes people give wrong directions, actually, and this is really a bad thing. And it's really a bad thing. Many times I asked for people about directions, and they gave me weak directions or wrong directions. But as I told you now, most of the people, they just use GPS and electronic maps. Now, as you see, if you look at the screen, what is this picture, or where is the place? This is London, that's right. And this is Big Ben clock, that's right. It's a very famous thing in London. Okay? Now, we're going to read something about the American accent and the British accent. You know, the American accent is English and the British accent is English. But people speak it in a different way, and sometimes there are some mistakes that happen, all right? Most of the time it's innocent mistakes, like, you know, if you come from Egypt to Saudi Arabia, or if you come from Morocco or from Lebanon to Saudi Arabia, people speak different things and they mean different things in different countries. Okay? So sometimes in Saudi Arabia you say something good, but in Lebanon it's not good. Or something good they say in Lebanon, if you say it in Saudi Arabia, maybe Saudis don't take it as a good thing. Or they understand it in a different way, or it has a different meaning. Sometimes this is good, sometimes this is not good. Now, we're going to have the same thing about 2 people, one from England and one from United States, and how they make misunderstandings. Okay, I'm going to read for you a conversation between Bob and Tom, as you can see on the screen. Bob, excuse me, could you help me? Tom, sure. You're not from round here, are you? Bob, no. I'm from the States, or from the United States. So Bob from the States, Tom is from England. Tom, I thought so. I could tell by your accent. Are you enjoying London? Bob, okay, I'll start over again. Bob, excuse me, could you help me? Tom, sure. You're not from round here, are you? Bob, no, I'm from the States. Tom, I thought so. I could tell by your accent. Are you enjoying London? Yes, it is awesome. I went to Buckingham Palace yesterday. Really? How did you find it? Now look at this misunderstanding here. How did you find it? With a map. No, sorry. I mean, how was it? Did you enjoy it? Bob, I sure did. Tom, so what can I do to help? Bob, could you tell me where High Street is? I'm looking for an old friend's apartment. Ah, yes. Can you see that zebra crossing? Bob, the zebra doing what? I meant the pedestrian crossing. I mean the pedestrian crossing. Oh, now I get it. Well, it's only 5 minutes walk from here. Go down here and turn right at the station. Then take the second turning on your right. That is High Street. Bob, thanks. Just one more thing. Can you tell me what this means? He said he lived at A.T. High Street. What is that? A.T. Who wrote that? Bob, I did. My friend told me on the phone, but I did not have time to ask. Ah, I know. It's 80. Okay, 80 High Street. Bob, I don't get it. Tom, the number 80. 80. Oh, 80. We speak the same language, but sometimes it's hard to figure out what you're saying. Okay, so Bob is American, and he is in London to visit his friend. He met Tom, and they had this conversation. So there was some misunderstanding, like the zebra crossing. In England, they call the pedestrian crossing, you know, the crossing when you are at the traffic light, there is a pedestrian crossing. In England, they call it zebra crossing because it has line. So if you stop at the traffic light and you want to walk from side to side, okay, and if you want to walk from side to side, you have lines, white lines, from one direction to the other. So it looks like a zebra because the zebra is white and black. Okay, you know the animal zebra? So this is where you cross the street. In the United States, they call it the pedestrian crossing. In England, they call it the zebra crossing because it looks like that animal zebra with white and black on the street. So that was some misunderstanding because they have different names. Though it's the same language, it's English in America or in London or in the UK, but they have different things. And when Tom wanted to know where his friend lives, he told him 80. Actually, the British pronounce it like IT. All right? The British pronounce it like IT. I do it means 80, and the Americans say 80, like 20, 30. So they thought that it's A, full stop, T, and he said, where is A-T Street? He said, let me look. Oh, this is not A-T, this is 80, IT. So this is how he heard the word, and there was some misunderstanding with the language all the way. And this happens even in the Arab countries between Morocco and Egypt, between Egypt and Bahrain, between Syria and Saudi Arabia, between Yemen and Lebanon, even though sometimes between among the same country, people from Jeddah speaks in a different accent, a little different from Sharqiya or from the south or from the north and so on. Okay, now I'm going to go back and ask someone to read for me the conversation between Bob and Tom. Who would like to go? No one. Yes, then Ryan. Wafa, Lena? Why not you, Ryan? You don't have a microphone. What about Yazan the Darfur? Wafa, nothing, not me, not me, not me. Okay. You can, but not now. All right. Let's see that. Ladies first, always, Lena. Okay, I'm going to give you the microphone so you can start and read slowly because no mic. You can get a mic, okay? You can have a mic for 20 reals. Anyway, if you want. Let's give the microphone to Lena now. And I want you to read a little bit slowly. All right, Lena?
Bob, excuse me, could you help me? Tom? Sure. You're not from around here, are you? Bob? No, I'm from the States. Tom, I thought so. I could tell by your accent. Are you enjoying London? Bob, yeah, it is awesome. I went to Buckingham's place yesterday. Tom, really? How did you find it? With a map? Tom, no, sorry. I mean, how was it? Did you enjoy it? Bob, I sure did. Tom, so what can I do to help? Bob, could you tell me where High Street is? I'm looking for an old friend's apartment. Tom, yes. Can you see the zebra crossing? The zebra doing what?
Thank you very much. That's the first one. Beautiful. Thank you a lot. Please give a hand to your friend. Okay, like I do in the chat box. Give her a hand. Give her a clap. She's gorgeous. All right. What about Wafa? What about Yazan? Anyone want to read the second part? Anyone want to read the second part? No? All right, let's give Ryan a try. And please, Ryan, try to read very slowly, all right? Yeah.
Yes, Tom. I mean the pedestrian crossing. Oh, now I get it. Well, it's only 5 minutes walk from here. Go down here and turn right at the situation, then take the second turning on your right. And your right. That's High Street. Thanks. Just one more thing. Can you tell me what this meaning? He said he lived at 80 High Street. What's that? 80? Who wrote that? I did. My friend told me on the phone, but I didn't have time to ask. Ah, I know. It's 80 High Street. I don't get it. This number, 80. Oh, 80. We speak the same language, but sometimes it's hard to figure out
Thank you, beautiful.
what you are saying.
Thank you very much. And this is Lena, just very quickly gave you a very beautiful clap. What about the rest? What about Wafa and Yazan? Thank you. Give your friend a hand. He is brave and nice. Thank you a lot. That's very good, beautiful reading. Now let's go to see if you remember. Now read the dialogue again and answer the questions below. Now let's remember, you know, always when we read, after the reading, there are some questions, okay? 1. What does Bob think of his trip to London so far? What does he think? Bob from United States, what does he think about London? Does he like London? Is he enjoying London? He's not enjoying London? Ryan says he likes it and he's enjoying London. He said it's a fascinating city. That's right. He likes it a lot. Yes, it's awesome. That's what he said. Now, what about 2? Which 2 things caused a misunderstanding between Tom and Bob? There was misunderstanding with the vocabulary. Can you tell me 1 or 2? The accent, of course, the accent. Okay, can you give me an example for the accent? The number 80 and the 80 of the street, and how they pronounce it in England, they say 80, 90, something like this. So the Americans said it's 80, it's like A and T, but it was just like 80, the number 0 of 80. But actually, the fact that the British English, we say, how did you do? But the also the zebra crossing, okay, and how was it? Or the pedestrian crossing as American English. So in Britain, they say, how did you do it? Or how did you find it? How did you get it? In the United States, they say, how was it? How was it like? Right? So this is how there was some misunderstanding. Also, when you say about the zebra crossing, in England, they call it zebra crossing because it looks like the animal zebra with stripes of white and black on the street. But in the United States, they call it pedestrian crossing. Also, the number 80 is good. Yeah, that's a good example. Now, where is High Street on the map? Where is it? I don't know. Can you find it? There is no map. Anyway, so what confused Bob about his friend's address? As we said, he thought it was A-T as pronounced by his British friend. Yes, of course. High Street. Okay. This is how he heard it. Actually, there is nothing like this. It was 80. All right. It was 80, as you can see here in the chat box. It was 80 High Street. But the pronunciation is a bit different between English and British English and American English. So he mistook the number 80 for 80 because of his friend's English pronunciation. Now, if we look at the following words, now we have words very quickly. You need to remember. You have to guess their meaning. So I have one word, and I give you A or B or C. All right, let's see the words that we got from the text. When we say awesome, it means awful, fantastic, or boring. Yeah, that's right. Very easy. It means fantastic. Can you give me some words like awesome, fantastic, wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, tremendous, fabulous? All these words mean the same. Okay, let's go on. Now, what about the word apartment? It means office, flat, or family. It's a flat. It's the same word. Apartment or flat. That's B, yes, Yazan, and Wafa, and Lina. Ryan is asleep. I don't know. Let's see more words. Oh, here he comes. I don't get it. What does it mean? I don't get it. A, I don't agree. B, I can't go there. I don't understand it. Yeah, that's right. All of you. Yeah, you got it. That's I don't understand. Figure out is what? To understand or to hear or to repeat. That's right. To figure out something is to understand it or to find it or to conceive it. Okay, more now. Let's connect A to B. Who does Bob want to visit? Bob's friends does, the zebra, pedestrian crossing, and old friend. Yes, Ryan. Yes, Lena, beautiful. And yes, Yazan, he wants to visit an old friend in London. And also, Wafa, thank you. Now, who lives at 80th Street? Bob's friend does, the zebra, or the pedestrian crossing? Yes, that's right, all of you. Yes, that's right, which is, who lives at 80th Street is Bob's friend, or Bob's friend does. Now, which animal looks like a horse and has black stripes? The zebra. That's right. That is right. That's right. Now, what does zebra crossing mean? Of course. That's very easy. It's the last one anyway. Okay, it's the last one. It's C. That's very easy. See, you are growing in a very Darfuric way. So you're getting very Darfur or Darfurful. All right. Good, because you're coming here and waste 40 minutes every night. And you know, just to remind you with this, these are the 3 student book: Flying High, Mega Goal, and The Traveler. That was all for tonight. It was a very easy lesson with some reading and some vocabulary. So please try next time to use your microphone. All right? You just cannot stay here for some, only because you want to use the chat, okay? If you use the chat only here, this looks like a Yahoo Messenger or Facebook or something like this. You can improve your reading a lot if you use the microphone, especially Yazan and Dwafa. So try next time to use your microphone so you can improve your reading. Thanks all for being here anyway. Okay? Thanks for Ryan, Yazan, Mina, and Dwafa. Hope to see you, inshallah, not tomorrow, on Wednesday for another lesson. And if you have some question, you can see here, you can come. You have a free toll number, you have a Twitter account, you have ask a question button, you have also a link to help you. And you always can come back and download the lesson and listen offline at any time. Please tell your friends to come and join us so we can see too many students here, your brothers, your sisters, your friends at school, and so on. All right? Goodbye.